One shot. Let's begin. Multiverse no watashi koishite ii desu ka? Pre-serialization by Ichiki. Is it alright for my multiverse self to fall in love? Translating overlooked by Sky the Wood and your Pingus. Oh gosh, that's such a throwback. Pingus, Pingus. Oh gosh. Anyways, that's older internet. Anyway, we read, we react, and it's the last day of Ichiki. And I figured we'd end with this one because this one got serialized immediately afterwards. So that seems neat. 8.71. So cool. Let's begin, everybody. Spring One Shot Fest. Happy moments can also be bittersweet. Just walking next to the person I like makes me very happy. I hoped and wished that this moment would last forever, but such a thing is impossible. Well, I'll be going this way. Oh, got it. See ya then. I've had tons of fun. Shouldn't be laughing. Oh, push. Oh, you push. That alone should have made me happy. Oh, wait. That alone should have made me happy. Yet I regretted it before I died. I really wish I properly oh, what? I really wish I properly confessed to the girl that I liked. Ichiki, is it alright for my multiverse self to fall in love? A multidimensional love story embracing infinite possibilities. Oh, it's over. I'm really tired. High school second year Yuhi Jogo. I never realized committee work could be this tough. It's already 5:30 p.m. before I knew it. You going home now? It's quite late, huh? High school second year. Sui Miyato. Miyato-san! I had committee work, that's why I'm late. By the way, are you leaving late as well, Miyato-san? Nervous? I was helping a friend with her committee work too. I had to leave early because I have something to do in the evening. Huh? Is that so? I have nothing to do on my way back. So, would you like to walk home with me? Ba-dump, 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 ba-dump. Not good. This is really bad. I'm going home with Miyato-san. Doesn't this look super tasty? Yep, this looks delicious. I can't make eye contact. Where am I even looking? So, you're a huge fan of sweets, huh? Seriously, where am I even looking while I'm talking? Yeah, I like them a lot. She's so freaking cute. I love her. Do you Do you eat sweets as well, Jogo-kun? I do. Sometimes I even make them. Right. Come to think of it, you always got nice grades in home economics since elementary. I remember the teachers praised you quite a lot. Yeah, I guess that did happen. That's right. Teach me how to make a delicious cake next time. Will you? Oh, don't. Ah, yes, proof. You sure? Well, you sure? Well, I look forward to it. Oh, I'm so happy right now. But I don't know how to put it. Somehow I feel like, well, I'll be going this way. Ah, yes. All of this has happened before. Thanks a lot for keeping me company. See you. Is it really okay to let her go? But this feeling of unease. Ah, no! Uh-oh! Miyato-san, I have always liked you. I don't remember saying something like that, but somehow I have a feeling that those feelings are mine. Pull. Oh, 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 oh. Wasn't I about to get hit by a truck? Fall. Huh? Oh,
Ugh, that hurts.
ah, oh, hold on. What in the world is?
Ouch. Ouch.
Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. What the hell is happening here? Ba-dump, ba-dump. There are two Miyato-sans. Huh? Turn. Hey, are you okay? Uh, uh, well, Oh,
You're still alive. That's good to see. I'm really glad.
squeeze. I feel something soft.
Jogo-kun.
Uh, not good.
Not good. Let's keep this a secret, okay?
Nervous, step.
Jogo-kun. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm fine.
Phew. Glad to hear that. You saved me from getting hit by that truck, didn't you? I was so worried about what I would have done if you had gotten hit instead.
Sorry, Miyato-san. I have to go now.
Ah, crap. I didn't have any change with me. The tragedy of only having 8 yen in your wallet. Guess I'm not buying anything.
I'll buy it for you.
Jogo-kun! Well, I'll take you up on your offer then. Thanks a lot.
Ba-dump.
Gulp, gulp. Ah, that tastes weird. What even is this?
Oshiroku soda.
Anyway, I'm done wearing this hoodie. Whoop. Oh, what's wrong? Your hair?
Your hair.
Ah, this version of me's long-haired, huh? So, which one's cuter?
I think both look pretty cute.
Oh, playing it safe, I see. Smirk, smirk. But, well, I see.
Yeah, I didn't explain what's going on. Oh,
Yeah, I didn't explain what's going on. Must have been a shock to see two of me, huh?
yes, I was very surprised at first. However, somehow I think I understand, but I don't know why I do.
I'm Sui Miyato, saved by another Jugo-kun. And then I came here to help you.
How did you do it?
Well, it's a secret.
A secret, huh?
Is it this better? Doesn't it sound more mysterious and cooler this way? Or maybe you could sweet talk it out of me.
No, I don't think I can do that.
Hold on, it's just a joke. Don't be so gloomy, alright? Hey, Jogo-kun, do you like Sui Miyato?
No,
Answer me!
wait, you're too close. I like her. I, I do like Miyato-san.
Well, go tell her that then.
Ah,
Tell her what you just said. Directly to her. While you're still alive.
crap. Those words that I heard right before I was about to get hit by a truck. Miyato-san, I have always liked you. Maybe they were the last words I said in another world. Confessing right at the end, moments before I died. Miyato-san! Thank you so much for helping me. I'll go and tell her the truth right now.
Got it. Do your best.
Yes. Step.
I love you too. I'm glad I got to hear you say you love me one more time. Thank you.
For some reason, Miyato-san from another world has quite a different vibe. Seemed like a cheerful and very lively person. Completely different from Miyato-san here. I'll do my best. You are the one who saved my life. I shall live it in a way that I'll never regret. Thank you. Thank you very much. Uh, uh, Here I go. But oh, shoot! I don't have the courage to press it. Going to your crush's house is scary. No, I've decided to live without any regrets. Hurry up and press it. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
Jogo-kun,
Ah,
what are you doing in front of my house? Come to think of it, didn't you say you were going somewhere a while ago?
ba-dum, ba-dum. Yes, I did. Ba-dum, ba-dum.
I see. Is that so?
Shoot, shoot, shoot! Oh no, it's not like I finished what I needed to do, but this is really bad. Now that Miyato-san is right in front of me, I feel like there's no way I could confess. What's in your bag?
Hmm? This one?
That's not what I came here to talk about.
I said I wanted to go to the cake shop today, right? But I lost the motivation after what happened earlier. So, I just went home. But then I ended up really wanting a slice of cake. I would not be able to enjoy such a treat if you didn't save me today. You never know when you're going to die, so I don't want to have any regrets when my time runs out.
I. I'll probably never forget what happened today. Miyato-san! I like you! After all, it's the day I was saved by the girl I love from another world and confessed to her. Ding dong, ding dong. And that's how my everyday life has changed from that day on.
Jogo-kun, well, if you don't mind, would you like to go with me today?
Ah, going home with you? No, why?
No? Why are you so surprised? Didn't we walk home together yesterday?
Yes, let's go.
I want to go to my favorite cake shop too. Do you want to come too?
Miyato-san's favorite? Sure, why not?
Well, it's decided then.
Miyato-san and I aren't going out yet. My confession was too sudden, so we decided to start as friends first. I'm going to start living as a life free of regrets now.
Oh, crap. I think I spent all my spare change. What should I do?
Oh, mm-hmm.
Hmm? Ah. 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 Connecting me and myself.
The end. Please fill out the survey if you're curious to see what happened next. This is getting serialized, by the way. First chapter comes out August 9th. Translator TSCL and RD Ping SPR Sue. Interesting. Interesting. Excuse me. Was that bird? Probably was caught in whatever. Um, this is just interesting. Just because, and this is shows to my general ignorance of the manga process, but I thought that like they would present a one shot to like a company. They would go be like, okay, this is interesting. Then it would get published in a manga, and then if the readers kind of dug it, then it would, they would like serialize it. But I guess I also thought potentially maybe you would go present a one shot to a publisher. They're like, okay, this seems reasonable, and they would go and they serialize it. But then I find it interesting that there's this middle ground. Where it's like, okay, you're gonna get serialized. We like your story, but put it in the comics first, and then we're gonna see what feedback readers have, and you could adjust your story as need be to it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. So that's the one thing I just learned that just now. I like this concept a whole lot, and I could see why it got serialized. If the only real criticism I would have is like, this guy, and maybe it's because I played him a little bit too more comedic, but it just felt like he was like comedy all the way.
But not a bad thing. But it's a little too nervous all the time. But occasionally still in business. Um, and then I think the fact that she didn't quite reject him, but wants to kind of do this early stage. I don't hate it as a way to continue the series, as a way to kind of like, okay, let's see if we mesh. Because if I got her right in Japan, like they have like friends, and then they have like you're my girlfriend, not necessarily a dating stage as much, right? And so they'd be like, okay, let's see how we go and how we vibe. But I don't know. Is this a mixed signal? Because let me see. When I go earlier to her, she said, "Hey, we want to walk home together." I guess that wasn't necessarily a flirt, right? And we're like laughing at this here. So it's page two. It's page two. It's page two, and she's getting hit by a car. I'm sorry, by a truck. Truck good. I'm like, okay, sure. Uh, and then this was her narrating at first, and I wasn't quite clear. I thought it might have been the guy. And then whoop goes and then pushes her, and then it switches to his perspective here, and then honk boom. She pushes her out of the way, then she dies. Then we have the one with the long hair. Oh no, not the long haired one, the long haired one. And then he goes and pushes her, and then he gets pushed back. I was like, okay, maybe it was like we see the short haired one world first and her world here. This one here, I was helping our friend. I have nothing to do, so she likes to walk home with me. It isn't this. Yeah, I guess there isn't really too much. I guess yeah, no, there's a little bit of flirting here. Yeah, no, there is a little, but I guess people flirt for fun too, right? I don't necessarily flirt for fun. I guess I should probably. I guess, why not, right? Need to get rid of that social anxiety part, and then, just be more confident and just more like whatever. Because, yeah, maybe it is, but the idea like walking home, sure, I guess that is a too big a deal. Sometimes even make them getting to know her, but then teach me how to make a delicious cake next time, will you? Wink. The winky face like that. It's like, I don't know. That's a cool thing. That feels like a flirt. And then, oh, I'm so happy. And then thanks for a lot for keeping me company. Boom. Whoa. And then push. And then he grabbed her back. Like, I don't. Are road fatalities that big in Japan? Like, I don't even know. Anyway, so then he goes and grabs her back. And then I think this is a really interesting premise for a rom com. I like the idea too of like there being multiverses, and it's like, okay, he's saving like she's not really trying. She's a little bit more blatantly flirtatious, and since she heard it, it's like, oh, okay, cool. And then there's probably just a little bit of variance when it comes to these worlds. So the short hair, maybe a little more confident here, wants to be a little more flirtatious, and da 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 da. And because they both share, I like that here. She gets confirmation that in every universe he loves her. That just sounded so romantic. God bless. I didn't even realize she was crying. Like at that part here. Answer me. I like her. And it's like, wow, you really did love me in every universe. Man, I wonder if that's going to be a central theme. Like, I was glad to hear you say love me one more time. And then they just did their things, right? And this, like, I appreciate again, not the sudden, like, shock to confession here. And that's how my everyday life changed on. Like to go home with me today. And she is kind of happy, right? About it. And then they go and she's like playfully testing the waters. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. And it's like, good, now I get to live regret. And then, what's going to happen here? Because the fact they kept her a secret too, well, not her, but like how she left or got in, that's another fun thing. We're like, okay, well, how did she time travel, right? Is this guy? I guess he dyed his hair. That's why he has a little twig up here, right? Like, I don't know. And if I look at the actual serialization, it's 2 chapters. But before I do that, let's see some more things. Yeah, both purple hair too. Um, I like the hoodie look too, although this one seems. I like both their looks too. The fact that they have a distinctly different vibe. This one is a little bit more casual, laid back. This one seems a little more professional, probably just because of the uniform that she's wearing. But these, I think this has enough rom com energy to carry a series. And I guess 2 volumes worth of a series based on how long it was. The art is solid. It's not too complex. It's very expressive, and I always appreciate that. Now let's see. Rom com, yep. Yeah, that's about 2 volumes, maybe 3. And I wonder too, because wait, what? He's about to get hit by a truck and runs away. Jogo wishes he could have told Miata how he felt, but then he mysterious voice says you can do it over. This time no any regrets when he wakes up. Interesting. So maybe he hopped dimensions? I don't want to go through the entire thing because I feel like that's serialized. My heart shall find its way to you. I only love her, but how am I supposed to choose between them? I'm glad we could meet again. Okay, similar premise, different area. I said I'm your dear girlfriend moment. Okay. Because this one I feel has a lot of interesting energy because much like the I mentioned this the other day, much like the multiverse story the other time, where it's like, okay, you have 2 different timelines and one loves the other, sure, sure, sure. And they still did whatever. Is he gonna like go with this one, the one with like the shorter hair, who's a more into her, or she? Because she seemed to be respectful, at least in the one shot of like, okay, this is in my verse here, da 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 da. You go ahead and love her, but in the actual series, I don't know what's gonna happen, and I think I actually am gonna read it. It's only like 14 chapters, so should be a quick read, you know. Let's see what we got here on their X account. Okay. Uh, Contact via DM. May I fall in love with me? Oh, it's monthly too. Nice. I wonder if they have this one in English. Okay. Cool. I don't really have much to say about this. I wonder if they do have a serialized version of this. They probably do. Well, I meant like in English. Accepting requests. Cute, cute. Looks like they really like drawing their main character in different scenarios here. Volleyball uniform stuff, boycott. I don't. Oh, that's Yor from what is that called? Spy Family. I don't know who this character is. That character seems familiar. Couldn't tell you where she's from. That's a Pokemon. Um, I love the art. The art's so wonderful. Um, Miku and Mole right there. Okay, manga. Seen this? Cool. What are requests? Are these? Does it just show us who did it? I'll draw any character you would like. It would be helpful if you give me information about the pose and range of depiction, facial expressions. I cannot draw more than one character. I draw on a white background. Sure, sure, that's pretty cool. And then a fan box. What's that? Oof. Oh, wait. I am 18 or older, but I am going to. Oh, okay. You know, I'm not even going to. I'm not even going to. I don't want to edit. I don't want to edit this. Okay. Language. English. Okay. Okay, sure. I don't. Comprehensive for men. It's not. I've been updated for over a month. Okay, fair enough. I appreciate they would do stuff like that. Say sorry. It's been a month. Roll W. There we go. And then was that everything? I think it might have been. Yep, it was. All right, cool. Well, Ichiki, I'm gonna see what this is because this actually does interest me as a series. It seems genuinely interesting. So, thank you all for watching. And with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for being born, y'all. Peace out. Okay, if you looked at the runtime, there's a lot more to this video. And part of that is because I actually did read all 14 chapters of this. I was like, you know what? It seems like it's an interesting premise, so why not? It's rather short, and I did like kill it in like an hour or so. There wasn't particularly much dialogue when it comes to this. Some of the changes that they made are that in this like original one shot, it's kind of a little bit ambiguous. She's not like, oh, I love this person so much, I'm going to kind of steal him away from her, you know? It's just like, well, I'm here. I like this guy here. He said he loved me enough here, and that's good enough for me. Go ahead and confess. And, you know, it's kind of, we don't know what's happening with the time travel, and we don't know what's happening with their dynamic, right? Like, what's going to happen when all three of them meet? Now, in this new version, the short-haired girl, she is very much into the guy. She's like, no, no, this is my Momiji-kun. This is my guy here. She loved the other guy a lot here. Now this is our opportunity to go and be with him. Now, she she does know how she got to that verse. And there's like some oracle that basically like goes and narrates things. And throughout this entire manga of its short run, and this is where it the first volume wasn't particularly engaging or the best. I think might have made it to 3 volumes because I think it was 5 chapters each. Because it just randomly inserts like this random voice which says, "All right, Momichi-kun, you're gonna have to choose a world where she dies or where she disappears or where she dies." And he's just hearing this, and it's not really like explained until a little bit. Even then, it's not even explained later. It's like, oh, okay, well, all right, that's just the way it is. And so, you know, and throughout that, you have this her. She lives with him. She can go into his house. She's able to like, well, because she has his key because they were boyfriend and girlfriend in the other world. And then she just kind of lives with him for the rest of the month. It's a little bit more like expressed. Like you see Momiji-kun lives alone. He works at his parents' shop. His sister makes an appearance, so that's a lot more fleshed out. And the differences are significantly more notable. It was kind of hinted at in the original, but this one is very much they describe her as cool, calm, kind of collected, and doesn't quite understand her feelings for Momiji-kun quite yet, and stuff like this. Well, this one is so full of energy and she loves Momiji-kun and she's gonna express it and do this and the other. She's a lot more cutesy. And they established that they are slight differences, but they are the same. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. Parallel world, da 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 da. It's just I don't know if the time balance is really well because for the first like 2 volumes or so, he's mainly spending time with a short-haired Momiji-kun, and then she disappears and he saves her. And it's like, okay, with the short time, like, is he gonna go and like save her? Is he gonna go and choose her? Because it seems like we're not getting a lot of development for this girl here, but mainly for this one. But then things they have like a few random chapters, which they're like if this were like a longer serialized series, they might fit in, but in such a short, like 15 chapter thing, it's like, okay, one is long haired one forgets, she sees like her and him at a park. And then, and then at this park, she seems to get jealous, like, oh, there's that guy that I rejected. Because they go on a date, and then she's like, yeah, maybe not, but let's be friends. And then all of a sudden, the next day, she flirts really, really hard with the guy after she sees him with this person here. She's like, oh, she goes like, oh, my buddy's here, her little girlfriend. I forgot my panties here, my underwear's here. You got any spare ones? And then like they go and they allegedly give her some. And I say allegedly because then she goes to Momiji's desk and like, hey, do I have any panties on? She goes with her skirt and it's like, oh, and then like it's never quite answered. I'm gonna assume she did have them on, but like, oh god, that's like really hard flirting, really hard whatever, because of da 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 da. And then it's like I'm like, okay, this is strange. And then like the sister meets the short haired one here. Gosh, I need to really get their names. What are their names? What are their names? Miyatos. Okay, Miyato, there we go. And the short-haired Miyato-san meets the sister. Then it's just heavy fan service for like 2 or 3 chapters. We had the skirt thing. We see her in like a cat girl outfit and a more bunny girl outfit that were the sister things. Then it's whatever. Then the sister's gonna live with them. It's gonna be a three dynamic there. So okay, we see the plot lines going, but and it's still like again, I'm like, she's kind of whatever, right? We don't know much about her. But then, and this is where it actually starts to pick up, and then the series just gets canceled. When all three of them meet, it's like, oh, okay, now we're getting some interesting dynamics here. We're like, okay, this one's explicitly into him. This one is like starting to realize she has feelings for him. This one's like saying, no, you're jealous. This is mine here. And this one is like doing playful flirting. And then it's kind of hinting like, oh, okay, maybe she's gonna be the one they choose. So they have like a little couple of soft moments throughout it here. And it's like, okay. And then they go and she asks uh Miyato asks short-haired Miyato's like how Luigi was in the other world, and it's like okay. She's like starting to be like like the heart and stuff. She's starting to realize what love is because she explicitly in this word is like, I don't think I get what love is, and da 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 da, and da 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 da, and like now all of a sudden, oh, I didn't want to be away from you after you saved me, and this and they're like, okay, sure, and then they meet and then they have some fan servicey moments where it's like, okay, well, we like as long as I need to inspect your body to make sure we're the same. Like, yeah, we're a little different, but you know, like we're the same person. I believe you, right? And they get like a little backstory, and she's like, "Well, why did you like me, Momiji-kun? Why did you say you love me?" And then she's like, "Ah, love at first sight," because they had like she dropped like some notes and he took it. But yeah, she was just really beautiful, really stunning, and that's why he fell in love with her, right? Fair enough. The sweets thing comes into play a little bit. They tone down, and this is where I do appreciate a little bit of the feedback made from the audience because in the original one shot, this guy was he was it's a rom com, but he leaned very much into the com. Like everything was like huh. It's all blah, blah, blah. Like he's all like constantly flustered throughout the entire thing, and he's like, oh no, this girl loves me. I'm so in love. I'm so in love. Da 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 da. Like I don't mind that too much, but that's when I was like, okay. I'm glad that they toned it down a little bit, right? And I do appreciate that a lot more in the other one, and it's more subdued somehow. I think I could see why this series was axed if the sales weren't going particularly good with it. It feels that okay, the first volume, sure, solid. All right. The second volume, let me see if I can remember what's going on here. Okay, you see why short-haired Momiji fell in love with Otherworld, or short-haired Miyato fell in love with other person here. Um, wait, or is there more to this? Okay, that's the underwear story. Yeah, like this is, it just feel like it took a really weird turn. And then that's the sister story, right? And yeah, then we got the underwear story. Yeah, see, look, the bunny story. It's is this? I'm trying to. What's the chapter where they like? Oh my gosh, more bunny. See what I mean? Like we get the fan service. I'm just trying. Oh, here we go. Because the first like five, there we go. Volume 5 chapters are like, oh, okay, well, she disappears, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Like, and you'll have to choose Rorosui Miyato dies or Rorosui Miyato disappears. That's kind of the premise, and that's interesting. And then, the next chapter or two are like, all right, now I'm into this mythical world here where I have to go save her. And then you have like this little oracle or whatever going like give him advice about like, hey, da 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 da. And this is her getting jealous. And then right after, this is where that like underwear stuff comes in, right? And then it's like, oh, okay. So we go from this really interesting premise of okay, who are you gonna choose? Da 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 da. A little bit underdeveloped because it's still unclear how she got saved in the world. That's never explained. It's also unclear as to Give me a second. Let me mute that. It's unclear how she got saved in the world. It's unclear why she disappeared into that sea place. It's unclear what's going on with the Oracle, and nothing is really explained. And how it all ends, and I don't necessarily blame it for here. I find it a little unsatisfying how it ended. And you can probably skip the next, I guess, like 30 seconds or so, and I'll time it right about. Okay, I'm waiting till it's and 30 seconds from now. Okay, it ends with a harem. The guy just goes and he's like, "Oh." The lady's like, "Oh, okay. Well, if you give a gift to this other person, then maybe it'll solve your problem." And I'm like, "What the fuck? What type of gift? What do you even mean?" The gift was them meeting, and then it's like, "Ah, in this world, we could all fall in love together." And it's like, I get that the ending was abrupt, but I would have rather he dedicated to just one girl, and that would have been a little bit more satisfying to me. Or maybe just when he disappears. Okay, that's the 30 seconds. I timed it on this little timer here, so you skip to the little spoiler thing you did. But yeah, I just found the ending a little bit unsatisfying. I get it because it's like they were canceled. I would have wanted something a little bit more definitive, more so than the kind of like, it is what it is type thing. But and I feel bad about this too because chapter like the first volume was interesting enough. Okay, great, awesome. We end on a really strong note. And then volume two, it feels like it's just a little all over the place. And it's like, okay, we got the like Oracle stuff, then we got the little fan service. They're like, maybe sales weren't good. So they're like, we need fan service. Boom, 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 more fan service, right? And then they're like, okay, sales aren't looking very good. Why don't you got a volume to like clean it up or something? And they're like, damn, a volume to clean it up because this third like volume wasn't bad at all. I kind of liked it, like yeah, 6 through 10 with the like girls thing here, but then it's like, okay, let's go and meet, let's go and see. I want to talk with this person from another world here. Okay, let's all go on a date together, and that's where like it becomes infinitely more interesting. And I would be more curious if they had like a volume or two, if the author had a real ending in mind, more so than the kind of axe thing. And I don't blame the author to be like, okay, I don't want to really come up with this definitive thing to end so abruptly and whatever. Although I feel like they could have ended it tragically or like whatever if they wanted to. So, and I guess this speaks to the broader part of the manga industry where you gotta ultimately sell. You gotta like make it interesting enough to like warrant people to buy the other. And I feel like that's kind of what the problem here was that they leaned too much into the fan service when that wasn't necessarily what this series was, at least not to me, where it's like, okay, we're getting these odd little rom-com moments between them when it feels like this story it needs to be a little bit more dramatic. Or if it's going to go into the rom-com part, the most interesting part isn't am I going to choose him, her, or am I going to choose her in this story? Because that premise is kind of it's harder to believe that when he explicitly lives with this one girl and this one girl is coming on to him and loves him and they see each other in illicit situations, they sleep in the same bed and the other person's a little colder to him and like they do get into their like whatevers every now and again, but ultimately it greatly favors this person. And where this would become interesting is like, okay, let's see them two connect and clash, and then we go from there. Okay, you come back, great. Let's immediately meet them back up here. Like, hey, you disappeared. I saved you, and like I'm starting to develop whatever for you, but I gotta make sure that you're okay, and let's go and introduce you to the other person, right? Because I don't want you to get lost or whatever. Because if this was this labeled as harem? No, it wasn't labeled as harem. Because like the oracle gives you like the answer, you just implement it like 7 chapters later. If you would maybe skip to that part where you implemented it, and then you add the various like fan service scenarios and added more characters, because it did seem like there was a supporting cast that was waiting to get more screen time before it got axed. I think it could have been, you know, might have had a little bit more life left in it. But yeah, this one was a roller coaster of a ride, I will say. Like I said, first volume, pretty solid. I enjoyed it. Second volume felt a little aimless at times, but then it ended really strong, except for the ending, which I mean, how do they want to wrap it up in a chapter? But yeah, I know. I'm probably going to put read, react, and review at the end of this one. I unfortunately pretty much just told you most of the plot for this one here, but yeah, it's solid. It's solid. I just it just kind of abruptly ended, but what can you do? Um, but yeah, everybody. So with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for being born, y'all. Peace out.